So yeah, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about Planet Coaster and their recent announcement for Planet Coaster 2. And I just thought, well, I'll hop back into Planet Coaster 1, see where I am in the campaign and stuff. And then, I started sweating when I realised that it was Oak Island and the problems that come with it. So yeah, I'm excited about the Planet Coaster 2 announcement that's been thing, but I'm kind of half as hesitant because after playing this game for about 83 hours, I've got on this totally, and I'm sort of haven't gone into sandbox. I always like to play the campaign and then go back into that and stuff first, but I'm stuck here. Basically, I find this bit in the campaign really difficult. I've got quite far with it, but then run out of money. So in this section here, you've got to, if you don't know, if you've not done this one, but you basically got to recuperate cost because you're massively in debt in this park, and then you've got to try and do the roller coasters at the sides to get the different, easy, medium, and hard. But basically, I find it quite tedious. Basically, and I've noticed there's a few bugs as well in this challenge, if you were. So basically, yeah, some of my gripes are basically you'll see in a couple of minutes on this train one. Basically, the AI gets stuck in the path coming out, which isn't an issue, but it does cause problems like congestion there. And I've noticed some of the problems with another ride with a Steam ride that basically won't get out of testing mode. Um, so yeah, that's annoying. So and that does generate a lot of profit. So that's annoying. Vendors we've seen their lot just pop up. They kind of wander off from where they're supposed to be. And admittedly, I have just fired a whole load of them. Um, but I just, I'm just kind of hesitant about this new release because what they've said is water parks integrated with it, and that sounds great. That's cool. But we do have the log flume already, so I don't know, and the rapids. So that's water-based ride, but I think they're talking about proper water rides, which admittedly will be good, but I don't know. I think unless because for me the graphics are okay, the ride selections are good, and all that kind of stuff. The only problems I have are the bugs that have been there for ages, which I find pretty ridiculous. Like this Steam ride here that won't get out of testing mode, and that gets stuck for about, well, forever. I can't get it out of that mode for some reason. It doesn't tell me what's wrong. There's no nothing. I can't afford anything to buy anything that goes with it. I've managed to get minus $7,000 in debt, which is fantastic. Trying to sort this out. Um, and yeah, I just think these kind of things. I think for this reason, they're either going to really simplify the campaign or they're not going to have one, which is going to be, I don't know, I think that might upset a lot of people. It might not because I kind of felt like I was the only one that was upset by them scrapping the campaign in Jurassic World 2. Um, and I found that campaign a bit of an insult. And if they do the same with Planet Coaster 2, with a really, an hour, 2 hour campaign, and then the rest is sandbox challenges and stuff, I think they're probably going to go that way. Um, I do think they're going to put a bit of a spin on it, but you never know. They might do a campaign, but I just think if you're going to do a campaign, it needs to be fixed because this game came out 8 years ago. Um, it should be fixed. It shouldn't be getting stuff like this. I have to restart the whole campaign, and it's taken about an hour or so to get to this part. So that's pretty frustrating, really, because it's just wasted time, and I haven't done it. Just going around clicking on stuff, reducing costing, and firing people and stuff, and fixing rides that maybe make people feel sick and stuff. So, and I'm no way an expert in this game, so any comments that are like, oh, you're terrible, you need to get good and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if it did a good job of telling me I was wrong, I might be able to help it. I might be able to help the thing sort it out. But it's very ridiculous to have a game that's 8 years old, that's buggy, that's a port from PC. It just frustrates me that people are going to jump straight into Planet Coaster 2 and then hoping it's more magical and singing and dancing, but they haven't even got the first one right. They can't be bothered to go back. It very much reminds me of Dovetail. Well, actually, it's not as bad as Dovetail. They are absolutely terrible. If they're doing the train simulation, they basically they get a problem with their game and they just think, oh, let's just scrap it and start again, and then just put all the 2000 DLC we've got with that. But that's another rant for another day. Yeah, so I just think, well, you need to go back and make this right, because if you start playing Planet Coaster 2 and it doesn't feel that good again, why can't they just have the water park as a big DLC patch, for like, I don't know, 15, 20 quid. You can add water parks to the main game. I think that would have been probably a better way to go. It would have been a better consumer point of view. And say, oh, by the way, we're fixing all these bugs that we've had over the years, and we're sorry about it, but you could call it Planet Coaster, I don't know, Infinite or something, I don't know, just rebrand it as that way. But instead, they want to just do the whole game again and get people to buy the DLCs that are probably going to be with it as well, though. Unless they still apply for that game, I don't know. So that is one question I've just thought of, actually. Will the DLCs from Planet Coaster 1 carry over to Planet Coaster 2? And I very much doubt it. But it would be good if they did. But I don't know, I've been thinking, when I remember playing park management games when I was younger and stuff, it was what was it? It was theme park. Theme park by Bullfrog, British developers, and that was amazing. Basically, theme park hospital, stuff like that. Very good team, which admittedly now their games have kind of gone a bit. They are good, but they're not as good as they could be. The graphics, I'm not really sure I like the graphics, but yeah, and I just realised, am I having fun in this game? I've just wasted, like, say, 50 minutes basically messing around in this one campaign, and I haven't done anything. You know, the I think the amount of stuff in this game really needs to be simplified and just improved, because from a player point of view, it's just, I don't know, just too much basically. And I do like swipping, managing it across, jumping across to do different things, but it's disappointing when you're doing all that and then there's bugs as well that make you. It could just happen and then go, oh, by the way, you got to restart because this won't allow you to progress. It's like, well, okay, I'll restart it, but what is going to happen again? Because if it does, I'm not doing it again. It's stupid. And basically, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence because, I've got into the grips now that I don't really trust Frontier because they haven't gone back and because they haven't patched it and stuff. And I've seen a lot of people online saying this, Eggland is quite difficult and stuff, and it has bugs and stuff. And I just think, well, I've played Jurassic World Evolution 1. That was my favourite one. That will be my favourite one, probably forever. Because it had a good campaign, it guided you through all the missions, had a little bit of story on there as well, and by the end of it, you knew kind of most how things would progress, and you could go straight into the campaign, the sandbox, and do other stuff. But they scrapped that for the second one, which I actually got that 3 days early before release, and I kind of wish I'd, so I'd made it. I wish I kind of live streamed it and made people aware that there was the campaign was like 2 hours or something. because I kind of felt like I was the only one that was kind of insulted by the fact they got rid of the campaign in that. Um, I just find it ridiculous because I like the kind of guided campaign. People who like single player campaigns and stuff. People people like them. These people, these streamers, yeah, they don't like them because it's too much work for them to do. They just want to go in and do whatever they want. I think day games are catering too much to these modern day streamers, and I think eventually it's going to shoot them in the foot because instead of serving the people that actually built the company from the ground, they're actual gamers. They're people who play stuff offline, or majority play stuff offline, so by themselves and with friends and stuff. And if you're not listening to that audience, they might not pick it up because they're stuck on one area and there's a bug not been fixed for years, like this, for example. I'm hesitant now to pick any other Frontier game up because I'm like, well, are they going to fix it or not? Because if they're not, then you can forget it. I'll go on with something else. Yeah, that's my view, and I kind of think that Planet Coaster 2 will go down the Jurassic World Evolution 2 route by not having a campaign or a very minimal one and just focus on challenges, and they'll do a Jurassic World 2 spin on it. I do think that's the way they're going to go after thinking about it. And I'll probably be the only one who's upset about it. But yeah, I do think you're kind of losing that single player element. And Jurassic World Evolution 2, I sold the disc for that because they didn't have selling fossils from the beginning, which was a game breaking bug, and they later patched when it was released on their day one patch. So that if you wanted to play that offline or anything in the future, or whatever, it's going to be unplayable. So forget that disc. And a lot of games nowadays, I bet in the future when people go back to play them, they won't be able to, or it will be like, I don't remember it being like this. I'm like, yeah, that's because you're playing 1.0, which was terrible. And I just think game developers need a wake up call. They really do, and or they want to cry and shout into the air about how you know things are terrible and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if you released it fixed on day one, you're gonna get what a cash. People just get into the mindset of just, oh, it's partially there. Let's just put it out and then just do a patch later. It's like, no, okay. I kind of would prefer if you can get it's getting onto the game development now, but prefer if they released it digitally. Let all the digital people play the game and test it because that's what they are, digital people. Digital day one players are basically beta testers. That's what they are. And basically let them test the game, see how broken it is, and then for anyone who waits for a physical release, they'll get the Ultimate Edition, and they'll do an edition that can be used in the future and release it on disc later. That's what I think that should happen going forward, a little, like a year later or something. And it would make me wait a lot because I would think, well, yeah, I do want to play the version that works. I don't want to jump in now and then have all these problems because it does kind of impact your first impressions of everything, as they say. And I've admittedly put a lot of time into Planet Coaster 1, and it's it's wasted my time a lot of the time, but also I've had fun in it as well. So I would wait. I would probably wait now on ordering Planet Coaster 2 to be safe, just to see what it's like because vision from past experience it's not been a good journey. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. See you later, and have a nice time. Um, have a nice relaxing drink, and yeah, that's it. Goodbye.